Hey, good morning.
Morning guys, welcome back. We're gonna add another video to this playlist. It's the 28th, 27th, it's March 28th. And so we have now hit the point where US is now leading in the number of cases of coronavirus.
Our population is larger, so
Today we're going into the lungs, and we're going to resource the Four Seasons Qigong exercises, and Nona is going to show the first two movements of the lung set. So tell us about the lung set and these first two movements.
the lung set from Four Seasons Qigong is actually for the summer and fall. Usually when the weather heats up, the heart needs support from the lungs, and then in the fall when it cools down, the lungs need some support from us. But right now, because of the current situation, we thought that the lung set would be appropriate, since that is the first area of invasion and attack from this virus. So we thought bolster the lungs, keep it healthy, and provide some exercise where you can start creating a relationship that goes deeper with your lungs, and helps you get in touch with all the parts of the lung and increases your capacity for oxygen exchange. So we're out here on the mountain breathing some great morning ions. We recommend that you do the same. The ions produced by the tree, the O2 ions, are better absorbed by your lungs than other formats of oxygen. So if you go outside in the morning while the trees are moving from their nighttime metabolic processes to their daytime, that's when you get the most ions in the air, great O2, and your capacity for absorbing that kind of oxygen is at its best. So there's some scientific articles out there about that. If you want to look for that on Google Scholar, you can go ahead and look that up.
So go outside if you can at dusk or at dawn, and breathe deeply. And if you can't, do it inside and just open a couple of windows.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Okay.
Enjoy.
I was distracted earlier. I got Hanovi here. He's hanging out with us in this early morning. All right, we're going to get you started with the first movement of Four Seasons Qigong, which is really, really simple. It's only going to be a arm swinging pattern. So it looks like this. And you want to stay relaxed while you do this movement. And I'm going to show you it from the side. The whole back is involved. And the way you might want to start, if you're new to this arm swinging, is you want to hold up your arms and just let them swing and flop down. Hold them up, let them flop down. So you're going to hold the arms up, let them flop down. Hold them up, let them flop down. And then you can keep going, and then your body's bouncing. Keep the knees soft. Your body bouncing can kind of help continue that swing, like pump the swing of your arms as if you're in the same way that you might swing yourself on a swing. So your body's gentle movement allows for the swinging of the arms to continue. The arms are relaxed. You're not making them move forward and back. They are just continuing their trajectory of the fall. Of course, continue to breathe. And if you're doing this indoors, I take a moment to talk about detoxing your house now that we're all housebound a little bit. Making sure that your air is clean, free of any extra chemical compounds. Even if those compounds aren't harmful, I would say that any scent is going to be pushing out potential oxygen that could be entering your lungs right now. And it's the O2 and CO2 exchange, getting rid of that trash CO2, gaining that O2 that helps with cell regeneration. That's going to help if and when the body experiences any attack. So your body is going to want to replace those damaged cells as it is attacked. we want to increase our capacity for cell regeneration. So we want to have clean, pure air also inside the house. So any fragrance, especially those synthetic fragrances, probably natural essential oils is fine. And actually the essential oils help your body. And we could talk about that another time. A recent study I was introduced to showed that some essential oils even benefit your DNA transfer RNA copying process. So as your body copies itself, creating cell regeneration, and also just copying itself for protein creation, because that's what your DNA is coding for. Essential oils can change that whole process, and it's pretty exciting, which means that those compounds, those fragrant compounds that you don't know about, that we are synthesizing in labs, they could be also affecting the copying of your DNA. So I'm going from side to side with this arm swinging. My hips are maintaining their straightforward position. The feet are also pointed straight forward in a relaxed way. And it is the upper body that's turning. And in this way, you're accessing different areas of the lungs here. And mainly what this is doing, you can keep swinging, but I'm going to show you. Mainly what this is doing is that it's opening up this shoulder junction here, because the shoulder is a passageway through which the lung channel passes. So the lung channel starts here and comes down and reaches the thumb. And then the other channels too that begin in the chest area, the heart channel and the pericardium channel. The pericardium is the sac around the heart that supports it. Those channels also come out to the pinky and to the middle finger here, out of the lao gong here. So those centers of love and giving, they all go from this chest area out to the hands. And then what comes in are large intestine, small intestine, and the triple burner, which is the housing, the casing, the support structure for all of your organs. So we're connecting those two as we swing our arms and opening that shoulder girdle, that shoulder junction, so that those energy channels can be opened and loosened. So we want to be relaxed, and you might want to go gently here if you have any shoulder injuries or past injuries, or if we are just waking up and things are a little slow and tight, just go for a gentle swing to start with, and then eventually get more vigorous with it. You can go for as long as you want, but if you're just starting out, you might just want to go for a minute or two. Continue to breathe, explore the two sides, and then you could throw in a variation, which is moving the arms out to the side. It looks like this from the side. The whole back is involved as it experiences a curvature. Feels like you're flying here. Opening your wings, continuing to breathe. And with this, you can also turn from side to side with your legs. Your legs are continuing to stay forward, but your upper body is moving. Continue to breathe. Feel the shoulders relaxing, allowing the arms to flop back and forth. Making any sounds of pleasure that might arise. And then slowly coming to letting your arms slowly come to a stop, letting them flop down. Taking a moment to take a few deep breaths so that you can experience what's happening in your arms and your fingertips. Feel a little tingling in my arms and my fingertips. Some openness in the lungs. A little bit of a raising of the heartbeat too. Sip in that air, really enjoy it. And then the next exercise that we're going to do is called turning the windlasses. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see the movement looks like this. It's like you're holding onto a bar of some sort, and you're going to turn that bar in a circle, and your body is just going to gently follow in the pattern. And scoot back a little bit here. So this turning motion we're going to be doing in a few different ways, in a few different breathing patterns. So I'll show you the first breathing pattern here, and we'll probably cover the rest in the next video. This set's made up of 9 different movements, and we'll just go over these first 2 today. So here I'm going to take an inhale for this first breathing pattern. I'm going to inhale as you peel open, and the arms are making their upward trajectory. And then you're going to start your exhale here, breathing out. Inhale again. And then exhale on the downward trajectory. And my whole body is following my arms, and I'm relaxed here. Inhaling, peeling up. Exhaling down. And what's happening on the inhale here, the upward inhale, is that the back lungs are allowed to hang and relax and open. And then the back lungs compress. So here, as my back takes a curvature backwards, the lungs are allowed to open. And then as I move forward, my back curves the other direction and compresses from the bottom to the top. The back lungs are compressed from the bottom to the top over. And the back lungs are accessed here, and they open. And then the back lungs compress. So the breathing, the use of the back lungs are enhanced in this movement and this breathing pattern. And this is quite nice and a good way to be accessing the back lungs. Our teacher, Dr. Yang, and you can continue if you'd like or take a break. Our teacher, Dr. Yang, mentions how when you breathe, most of us, when we breathe in, and we're using the zone that's around where the windpipe comes in. And that's mostly in the front lungs and in central lungs also. Our lungs are really big. They start up here and they come down, and they actually come down to where the diaphragm sits, so the line of the rib cage. And they span from the front of the body to the back of the body. So they're really big organs, and the capacity for oxygen, CO2 exchange is really big. But most of us, unless we're an athlete or a swimmer, don't use the full capacity of our lungs most of the time. So I believe that it would be really helpful if we got in touch with all areas of our lungs while we are healthy and have time to do some practice and explore our own bodies, the magical universe within ourselves. And if we have time to do that and we explore the lungs, we're going to be able to access parts of our lungs that might be dormant or have not been called on to service us in our exchange with nature. So breathing is definitely how we commune with the world around us. It's one of the ways. You are breathing the air that the trees are creating, and the trees then take up what we exhale and no longer need. So it's a magical, beautiful relationship. When you breathe, you are in relationship with the world around you and nature and harmonizing. So breathing, enhancing breath can be a spiritual practice. And I really do hope that you enjoy it. So to review, the first 2 movements of Four Seasons Qigong lung set, which is normally summer, fall, we're doing right now to help bolster our lungs, help strengthen them, and increase their capacity for oxygen, CO2 exchange, and improve our cell regeneration production. So the first 2 movements are the arm swinging to one side, then the other, and then a variation of opening and flying, making sounds of pleasure, sighing, moving this to one side and also the other. And this is opening, and the important points is to hold the arms up and just let them flop. Hold the arms up and just let them flop. You can hold the arms up, open like this, and just let them flop. And the fact that we're opening the shoulder junction, letting the channels of the energy channels of the chest and the support structure of the body harmonize and circulate. You're very much using your belly in these movements as you open and close also. So you're stimulating the large and small intestine, which are part of the energy circuit of the arms and the upper chest. Then the second movement was turning the windlasses. You're opening and closing, and this is just the first of the 4 variations of this movement. Breathing in, breathing out, you're allowing for the back body, the back lungs to relax, open, fill with air, and then exhale as you compress them, using the body to access the breath. So we're using the body to access the breath, inhaling and exhaling. And in that way, we're accessing the energy, creating this circular opening, closing, using the body to open and compress the lungs in this kind of circular pattern. So we're connecting body, breath, energy, using the mind to direct, and communing with spirit. That's the whole practice of Qigong and 5 regulations. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll continue with this set on the next one. Till next time, be well.